It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And coming up, it'll be no holds barred between NFC West rivals. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. And it's all up next.
If you're a Freeway fan, we're just east of the 405. One of the modern jewels of the NFL. Beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. And Greg, this is one of those games that a little old school. Maybe if it was in black and white, it would be fitting, right? We got a couple of teams who love to hand it off and see their running backs do it on the ground.
It's just so cool, and you mentioned it, Mike. Maybe 10, 15 years ago, this would have been the norm on any given weekend, but we're seeing the game trend to more of a passing-style offense. If you want to score points, it mostly comes through the air. So for these two kind of throwback offenses that rely so heavily on their running backs, for anybody that loves old-school power football, I think we're in for a treat.
The veteran Jason Myers will get this one started. And off we go from SoFi. This one taken at the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Rams offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out, Greg, by the #1 overall pick way back in 2009, Matthew Stafford.
Stafford was one of those guys, Mike, that I think through the first half of his career was probably the most underappreciated quarterback in the entire league. The talent was always undeniable. But when he was constantly discredited for was just the fact that he was on some really bad teams that were left to play really irrelevant football down the stretch. Immediately changed that narrative the second he joined a championship roster. Now, he's just trying to see if he can add some more hardware to that resume and solidify that legacy even further.
Second down and 3. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. There's a throw right side. It's going to be incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
They'll empty out the backfield and line up for 3rd and 3. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Oh, and that throw not able to be pulled in. It's incomplete. Looked like he may have got a little ahead of himself there. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on 3rd down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
That could have broken for a bigger return, but as it is, nice job getting his offense a start out past the 30-yard line. Here comes the Seattle offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the #3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft. Out of USC, it's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all. There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position.
Here's a 2nd and 9. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll get maybe about 4 yards out of that one. Lane closed quickly. And here comes 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Tight end motioning left. On play action, here's Darnold. Into the hands of his tight end, Barner. And he is short of the goal line, but they are in business at the 1-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
This opening drive going to form so far. Now they've got it 1st and goal. Now this looks like a design run. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards.
And you could tell pretty quickly, Mike, that once the quarterback started chopping his feet, that there was nowhere for him to go. Great job by the defense, not only reading quarterback run, but getting him down behind the line.
Shotgun run now with Walker. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. The ball inches from the goal line. 3rd and goal. They'll try and throw. Here's Darnold. He's in. A.J. Barner. Touchdown, Seahawks. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. The kick is good. And the Seahawks will take a 7-0 lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This returnable from the 4. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Rams offense ready to get going with their 2nd possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led to a touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap to Stafford. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
A give, and here comes Williams. And he's going to be very close to a first down. That's a good run there. Maybe just a couple of feet short.
Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in him.
They'll try to run for it with Williams. And he's going to have a Rams first down. They're able to convert, albeit not by much, but they get it on 3rd and a yard.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Caught by Nakua on the out route.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Out of the gun, Stafford. That's into the hands of the tight end, Tyler Higbee. They get 10 yards on the hook up there. First down, L.A.
And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Stafford now to throw on first down. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. To the air again. Stafford going right back to Nakua. Complete. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
And this one complete on the sideline. Good footwork to stay in bounds, but he is just shy of the first down. And that brings up 4th down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
Pass caught right side by Higbee. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
He'll drop this down to Williams. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
Again, it's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's got to find a way to hold on to that one. I mean, you're right on the doorstep of the end zone. And listen, I understand that hit is coming. But guess what? That hit's coming whether you catch it or not. And You get paid to make the difficult catches, and I would classify that one as tough, but you got to make that catch. Give your team a chance to come away with this drive with some points. So they've made it a priority here early to try to get him the ball in the first quarter, but that was their third attempt. None of them have resulted in a catch. I think you got to start looking elsewhere. You don't want to get into a position, Mike, where you feel like you're forcing the guy the ball and forcing your offense to run through him. It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive, and he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. Braden Fisk is there to bring him down. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll weave his way down close to that 1st down. Going to come up just a little shy. It's going to be 3rd down and short. We'll try and run it with Walker. Oh, the defense meets him in the backfield. They stopped him dead in his tracks and set up 4th down.
The idea here for this offense is you're not really thinking necessarily touchdown. You're thinking 1st down. Let's get a fresh set of downs here and reset. But in this case, they suffer a loss, and it brings up 4th down.
So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. They send Britton Covey back deep. And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. Here come the Rams as their offense trots back onto the field. They trail by 4. A touchdown gives them the lead. Drive begins with 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. That's to Atwell. He's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Throwing, Stafford. This one caught by Parkinson. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Working out of the gun, Stafford. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to... Here's a 3rd down and 4. They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
You're seeing a masterclass of what it means to have a versatile skill set as a defensive back. Not only can this guy hold his own in coverage on the back end, now they use him as a blitzer in the passing game, and man, he got through there fast.
Here's Ethan Evans now. He'll punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. Complete to the former Buckeye, Jackson Smith-Njigba. And they're going to move this all the way up near the 35-yard line.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and it's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
Cup in motion. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. He's inside the 30. And he will score. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seattle. Myers now to add the PAT. He knocks it through. And the Seahawks extend their advantage to 14-3. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Rams offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. To throw is Stafford. There's a short one taken in by Higbee. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. Atwell sent in motion here. Here's the give up the middle with Williams. And he'll be close to a first down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short. Third and a yard. They'll go again with Williams. Here's the punter now, as he is on to punt for the Rams. This brought him out past the 20. And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. So they come to the line for first down and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll move this forward out to the 29-yard line. Cameron Kitchens there to bring him down. They face second down and 7. Straight ahead, it's Walker. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up third down. They'll go play action with Darnold. It's complete. He's got Cup. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these third downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force third down, they got to get off the field.
Throwing on first and 10 is Darnold. Outright Smith and Jigba has it. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's second and 2. Get that one to Charbonnet, complete. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
He just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
He'll complete it to Barner. Give him 14 on that one. First down, Seattle.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. And they get to him and finally bring him down. It will go down as a sack.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. And he's able to find a crease, get ahead for 7, and it'll bring up 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He's got the connection there to Valdez-Scantling. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a 1st down.
I love the timing between the receiver and the quarterback. It's a really nice route. He's going to take this up the field, and then when he pulls that string back and he comes out of his break, the ball is there immediately. You can't wait for the receiver to actually look. This ball is well in the air before that receiver comes out of his cut.
He's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And room to operate as he takes it down to the 2. Third and goal. They'll try and pick this up by running option to the right. Good blocking, and he's in. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. His 2nd touchdown of this 1st half. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, and when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
Now the point after try from Myers. He gets it to go. And the Seahawks move out to a 21-3 advantage. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. A return now from the 4. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Rams offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. To throw is Stafford. That's to the left side and pulled in by Higbee. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. They go play action with Stafford. Right side, complete to Nakua. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
Fine work defensively. That's going to be an out delay and go down as an incompletion. Julian Love, the former Notre Dame star, with the good coverage, and he's able to knock that one away. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Stafford to throw again. Finds Nakua on the slant. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. First and 10. Throwing again is Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins. And it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline. So as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
To the air again, Stafford. This throw right side is caught by Adams. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Now a 2nd down throw for Stafford. That's to Higbee, the tight end. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Again, it's Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
So on comes Joshua Carty to try this field goal. This about as short as you can get. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Rams are back within 2 scores.
And that's a really nice boost here before the break. I mean, you work the clock well. You're able to steal some points. The biggest thing is you're able to build a little momentum now going into the locker room at halftime.
So 2 seconds left to play, and the kick's away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So we reach halftime in what has been to this, and no rest for the weary. Let's get right back to it. Quarter number 3 set to begin. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Steven Sims to return it. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down. On play action, here's Darnold. Looking Smith and Jigba's way again, and again a catch. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. A big play for Seattle. 31 yards.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Well, that's certainly one way to bounce back here defensively after giving up a huge explosive play on the previous snap. To bounce back and come away with a sack. Now you find yourself in 2nd and long. You can catch your breath, and the opportunity to get off the field has just gone up.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. The run up the middle, it's Walker. And he does not want to go down. Somehow he turned that into a gain of 6.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. They had the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a first down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Second and a yard. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive. And what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. Into the hands of his tight end, Barner.
We see teams more and more throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, really for 2 reasons. 1, they're confident that they can pick up the first down with yards after the catch. 2, teams' willingness to go for it on 4th down is at an all-time high.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Myers back out there. Had the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7th. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Rams offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They run over center with Williams. And the struggles continue. He's dropped behind the line again.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on 3rd down.
3rd and 2, Stafford. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion. Davante Adams, the intended receiver, and it's going to be 4th down.
Pretty unforgettable performance so far in the first half, Mike, and they're going to try to figure this out here in the second half and try to gain some momentum, figure out what's going to work, where are our matchups, and let's go try to put a drive together and get some points, because so far this has been a struggle, and they just cannot get anything going through the air.
The Seahawks offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Tight end going in motion here. They'll go play action with Darnold.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. Instead, it sets up a third down.
And up until this point, this has been an incredibly efficient game from this quarterback. I mean, it's hard to think. Here we are in the second half, and that's only his second incomplete pass. So finally, the defense is able to do something to disrupt his timing and finally try to get him out of this groove.
It hangs up a bit too much. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darius Williams. And he's going to be taken down, but there are 1, 2, 3 flags on the field. I don't think this is going to stand. The crowd does not agree with that call. Boos ring out. Doesn't matter. Not going to change it. It's a first down. Now Walker. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal. Some good running there. Gets them down to about the 2-yard line.
A huge advantage to red zone offense is the ability to run the ball. In this case, I thought he was going to score. He takes it all the way down inside the 2, sets up first and goal.
Darnold to throw. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Touchdown, Seattle. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field and results in a nice touchdown.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks will extend this third quarter lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This taken at the 5. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The home team's offense ready for this next possession. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Stafford. And this ball batted away and incomplete. Devin Witherspoon with the tight coverage as he knocks it away.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
Stafford now on 2nd down. This one complete to Atwell. Third and 6. They put Adams in motion. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
This one fielded out beyond the 25. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, he'll try to keep it going. 1st and 10 now from the 36. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. That pass caught right side, Valdez-Scantling. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line.
All right, Mike, now it's getting to the point where it's almost becoming borderline disrespectful. I mean, despite having this big lead here in the second half, they continue to take shots downfield. They are not content with just running this clock out and shaking hands and going off with a win. Truth be told, I think they're trying to embarrass them, and they're doing a pretty good job at it.
Now off the bootleg, he'll look to throw here. This one's snagged by Smith and Jigba. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. They run with Walker. Oh, yeah. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
The throw on 1st down is Darnold. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line.
I have to imagine at some point here, Mike, the defensive coordinator looks to change things up. This running back has had his way with them all day long. Get a few more guys in the box. But then you know what that does. It opens you up down the field to that passing game.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. They'll run with Walker. And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down. Here's Walker. And he will score again. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. And make it 3 touchdowns now. Remember, he caught the one earlier. That his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game.
And, Mike, this is what every offense is searching for out of the running back position. Can you impact the game equally on the ground as you can through the air? And that's exactly what this guy has done so far today.
Myers now to add the PAT. It's up and good. And the Seahawks add on to their already sizable lead. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense ready to take over once again. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. That'll be caught by the running back, Williams. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. In motion, it's the tight end, Higbee. 2nd down, it's Stafford. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Stafford. There's that man again. Another catch. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. To the air again, Stafford. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Stafford. A quick slant, and here's Adams.
They pick up a nice chunk play there through the air on 3rd down, but it's not quite enough to move the chains. Now the question is, how aggressive is this head coach willing to be as he tries to extend this drive?
The offense not coming off the field, and here's 4th down. They'll snap it. Here's Stafford. He's got a man. That's Nakua. Complete. They get 18 yards on 4th down and a fresh set of downs.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
On 1st down, Stafford. This throw right side is caught by Adams.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Right back to Adams. He's got it again.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Stafford now on third down. Throw over the middle, brought in by Adams.
The most impressive thing about this drive, Mike, has really just been their efficiency. They've just continued to pick up first downs, fresh sets of downs. We just saw there with that third down conversion, continue to possess the ball. These opportunities to come away with points continue to go up.
They'll throw once more. Here's Stafford. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Play action, Stafford. And they are into the end zone for the first time today. Puka Nacua. Touchdown, L.A. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Joshua Carty comes out now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Rams will get just a bit closer. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And as we look at the highlights, you see it's been tough to stop him here today. Couple of touchdowns in this ball game. He has, without a doubt, been the driving force in this offense so far. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground, it's Walker. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Walker. And he'll take this up, working towards the first down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the first down. They'll look to pick this up, 3rd and a yard. On play action, here's Darnold. He'll take a shot here for the end zone. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. Working out of the gun, Stafford. Caught by Nakua on the out route.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Now a second down throw for Stafford. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. But he can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. They start with the lead and the football, and they do so with tremendous field position. It's 1st and 10. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. Here's Walker. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever.
Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. That is caught at the 3. And he'll be taken down.
And that throw just seems like the cherry on top of what has been an incredible day for this quarterback. And I wouldn't be surprised here late if we get to see the backup after this drive. And there's one guy in the stadium that has earned the right to stand on the sideline and relax. It's this quarterback.
Pistol snap back to Darnold. And he'll take it on in. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Touchdown, Seattle. We might need a calculator before this one is done. It has been one-sided, and the route rolls on, Greg.
Absolutely, Mike, and they just keep piling on the points. I mean, this offensive play caller, he's saying it's never enough. I'm going to try to score with every possession, and we've seen him do that all game long.
Now the point after try from Myers. His kick is good. And the Seahawks stretch things out even further. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Puka Nacua and this Rams offense come back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. This one complete to Atwell. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
He'll find his tight end in the middle of the field to Higbee. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. He gets it into the hands of Atwell. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
Stafford to throw again. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Throwing again is Stafford. Quick throw, taken in. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they have an internal clock in their head. How does my protection match up with the rush and the route concept I'm trying to attack downfield? In this case, he's looking downfield, realizes quickly this ball's got to come out, checks it down to his underneath drag, picks up what he can.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. A shotgun snap to Stafford. That's going to be intercepted in the end zone.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Seahawks offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Walker. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. They'll run here with Walker. And this is going to be a Seahawks first down. He gets it up past the 30 to the 32.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Here's a handoff to Walker. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. I think he's going to lose a yard.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. So it's a win here for the Seahawks. And right away you can point to the turnover battle. Always key. Tells the story so often. It did here again today. Their offense didn't turn it over at all. They finished on the plus side with the takeaways. And as a result, they're going to come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone.